and welcome to the Cold Coffee Club, a podcast brought to you by Houston Moms. We're here to give you a little bit of that mom-to-mom connection, fun, and conversation amidst all the chaos. Join us as we take a break from doing all the things and explore the wide spectrum of this crazy motherhood role. We'll interview fun guests, talk about cool grown-up topics, laugh, share, and grow together. So go ahead, reheat that coffee, and put your feet up. Here we go.
Good morning and welcome to the Cold Coffee Club. Ashley here, and I am so excited to dig into an episode all about love. But before we do, let's spill some tea. So my win this week is, actually, I'm going to start with my fail. I take that back. My fail is that I'm so tired of adulting. I'm tired of paying bills and I just did my taxes, and that entire process was exhausting. It was so insane. And I did it online, and there was a hiccup for a split second where everything that I had done over the hour that I was doing my taxes just disappeared. I could have lost it. I kind of did lose it. I was yelling at my computer, and if you are a believer that the government is watching you through your computer camera, I did yell into my camera. I was like, this is nonsense. I'm tired of it. I had a whole meltdown for a second. And then after some refreshing and then logging out, logging back in, I got all my stuff back. But I was in a dark space because doing your taxes is just exhausting. And it's so much I had all my paperwork, I had all my stuff, I had all my deductions. I was ready. It took so long. And it was, I'm over it. I did not ask to be a grown-up. I did not ask for this. Anyway, I'm going to get over that. I'll get over it. It's fine. My win, though, is that I got some really unique and fun all-in-one Valentines on Amazon. So my boys are just really not that into doing Valentine's Day cards. They're just whatever, I don't care. But I want them to have Valentine's Day cards. And so I try to incorporate them when I pick the cards out, or, when we're filling them out to my friend from whoever. I try to get them to do it, but this year they're just not feeling it, and I get it, whatever. So I found some really cute ones that just come ready-made, that has a cute little squishy toy, and it's attached to the card. It's ready to go. All I have to do is put their names on them. There's no stuffing bags with candy. There's none of that. I'm not in the mood. We're keeping it short and sweet and real simple, and that is what I'm on board for. And Amazon has tons of them, fidget toys on a card. They're already, and also I'm not a huge fan of candy in general. We don't need any more. And I'm constantly donating candy or putting it in care packages and just here, enjoy some candy because my boys don't need it. And so any Valentines or gift ideas that don't involve junk food, I am on board. Now you could do I don't know, fruit snacks or pirate's booty or something like that, but those get kind of pricey, and I'd rather just a fun toy that, yes, eventually will get thrown away by whoever receives it, but it'll be fun for the moment, have some fun, play with it, whatever. I'm on board for that. And Amazon has a huge selection of options that are pretty cheap when you break it down. And also I have a gripe though with Valentines in general. How come they never have as many as I need for my kids' class? It's always 24 or 20. I'm just make it around 30 so I have enough for every kid's class. Can we do that? Why is this not done yet? Why isn't it a thing? All right, let's roll into our cream and sugar this week. This is something in Houston that I'm loving. I got to go to the Bayou Music Center. If some of y'all know, I'm a huge fan of Anthony Jeselnik. Love his podcast, love his stand-up. I have been dying to see him again. I saw him last year in February, so around this time last year, at a comedy club. And then I wanted to go to his theater tour. So I bought tickets to see him in Austin at the Paramount. And this was back in like September was the show, August or September. And I was going to take my half sister. We were going to go. I got a flat tire on the way there. I was devastated. I had to wait for roadside assistance. By the time everything was said and done, I was like an hour and a half late for the show and I was sweaty and gross. And I'm like, I'm not going, just forget it. So I bought tickets again. I got to see him a couple weeks ago here at the Bayou Music Center, and it was absolutely incredible. The venue is so cool. You can tell that it is made for live music. And now I'm really just putting it on my list that I need to see a concert there. So I'm trying to see who's going to be at the Bayou Music Center within the next year or so. I definitely want to check it out when there's actually live music there. I think it'll be an incredible venue. But I did love it seeing Anthony Jeselnik. The seating was really cool. We were really up close, so it was fun. And drinks there, I knew they were going to be expensive. I think I spent $50 to $60 on 2 drinks, which I kind of expected, but it still kind of shocks you when you swipe your card and you're like, oh my gosh. But I loved it there. I loved everything about it. It was such a cool venue. And, you know, I'm still exploring Houston since I'm not from here. I'm still trying to find all the things that I can experience here that I hadn't before. And so now I can chalk off visiting the Bayou Music Center. So if you have a chance to go see a show there, comedy or live music, definitely go check it out. It's just a nice venue and I loved it.
Hidden gem alert. While the Cold Coffee Club loves its coffee, we also love tea. McHughTea, a delightful haven nestled in Bellaire, welcomes moms in Houston like you. Get ready to enjoy a cozy spot with friendly staff, organic teas, freshly baked scones, and the yummiest desserts. They offer a high tea experience to celebrate birthdays, milestones, and celebrations, as well as a quick lunch menu to enjoy in the tea room or to go. Looking for a brunch spot any day of the week? Their hibiscus blossom champagne or mimosas are a treat for any group gathering. Oh, and one more fun tidbit. Mark your calendars for a unique tea experience each month as they unveil distinctive themed teas alongside their traditional afternoon tea menu. In February, indulge in the romance of a Valentine's tea throughout the month, featuring heartwarming tea blends and a curated menu to celebrate love with charm and fun. In March, immerse yourself in the spirit of the Irish with March's Irish Tea, where you can savor authentic flavors and embrace the charm of Ireland for St. Patrick's Day. In May, celebrate Mother's Day with a special tea experience that honors and cherishes the wonderful moms in our lives. These themed teas offer an opportunity to let your creativity shine. Dress up for each one and have as much fun with it as you'd like. Reservations are required, so be sure to act fast and get your table. To learn more, visit McHughTea.com. That's MCHUGHTEA.com or call 713-218-6300. Let's head back to the show.
So today, with Valentine's Day being right around the corner, we're going to talk about the 5 love languages and figure out how they manifest in the ways that we receive and give love. So if you're not familiar, the 5 love languages were developed by Gary Chapman, PhD. And in his book, The 5 Love Languages, The Secret to Love That Lasts, he describes 5 unique styles of communicating love and categories he distills from his experiences in marriage counseling and linguistics. So the 5 love languages are words of affirmation, quality time, acts of service, gifts, and physical touch. So I think most of us know kind of what we lean toward, what our love languages are, how we love to receive love. So for me personally, I am a quality time person, and I think I really thrive on spending special time with the people I love. I love creating moments and experiences together, sitting and talking, having meaningful conversations. Enjoying a meal together is one of probably my favorite things to do in regard to my love language. So yeah, everyone kind of receives love differently, and depending on what your love language is, it can affect what love looks like for you. I know that there's kind of a message that has been floating around for a while that if someone's giving you love in a way that's not the way you receive love, it's not going to be taken as love. For example, if my love language is quality time, but someone keeps giving me words of affirmation, it's not really doing anything for me. So it's kind of important that the people we care about understand what it is that truly makes us feel loved. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, I'm hoping that this Valentine's Day, I get to spend a good amount of quality time with my significant other and my children. I'm hoping to maybe spend some time playing a board game together, or, as much as it drives me crazy when my children sleep in bed with me, because it's just all arms and legs everywhere. But I do really love that I feel like we're spending some time together, being close together, and I do actually really love that. So we are going to, I'm hoping for Valentine's Day, I get to just spend a good amount of time with the people I love. So I did reach out to some mom friends of mine to see what their love languages are and what they're hoping for Valentine's Day. And so first I spoke with my friend Jamie, and her love language, she did point out that she feels like her love language has changed over the years, especially since becoming a mom. She feels like she used to be more of a physical touch person, but she's realizing that she gets very touched out now that she's a mom. And her love language now is acts of service. She feels like when her partner, does things like, I'll help you with this, or I'll take over this chore for you because I love you, that means the world to her. So she's hoping just a few acts of service would really make her day for Valentine's Day. I talked to my friend Cassie, and she loves receiving gifts. She loves those thoughtful gifts where someone really considered what it is she enjoys, who she is as a person, her favorite colors, those kinds of things. So she's hoping, for a couple cute gifts. But she also enjoys giving gifts too. So she plans to spoil her husband and her children. My friend Jocelyn is a physical touch person, and she is really, really hoping just to snuggle up with her spouse. She really just wants that connection, that physical connection. For her, she feels like physical intimacy is kind of the top priority in her life. And so she's really just hoping to reconnect with her husband physically. My friend Crystal is, she thought she was a quality time person most of her life, but she's realizing that she kind of needs that, those affirmations. She needs those a lot more lately. I feel like she's kind of had some tough stuff in her life where she just needs to be reminded how amazing she is. She truly is an amazing person, and she's just really hoping for those words of affirmation. She would love just a quick card that, from her husband and her kids, just saying how much they love her, how much they appreciate her, how much they empathize with what all she's had on her plate over the last few years. She says those words of affirmation are more than enough for her for Valentine's Day. So those are just a few of my friends and what they shared with me for what they're hoping for Valentine's Day. But when I talked to them about how they plan to treat their spouses or their families for Valentine's Day, they did say that a lot of their love languages reflect on how they plan to give love. So, and I kind of reminded them, like, hey, as much as your love language comes into play for you, it might not be the same for them. So if you're a physical touch person and your person does not feel like being touched, you have to take that into consideration and then find ways to work together. Like, I need this, but you need this. I need physical touch, but you need quality time. How do we bring those together? It doesn't have to be all or nothing. So if your physical touch, maybe, making your partner, your spouse aware that that's what you need, and then them telling you, hey, but I need quality time. And you may be getting to be a little touchy-feely, but then also spending some time having that conversation, having some warm fuzzy moments with your person so that they're getting what they need to and you're getting what you want. So keeping that in mind, that your love language does not automatically translate into how someone else is going to receive love. So just because it feels good to you, it does not mean necessarily that that's what they also want. So finding that way to bridge the gap and get both of you what you need is super important. So I did have to remind some of my friends about that because they were very much like, nope, I'm a words of affirmation person, and that's what I'm going to give my family. I'm like, okay, you can do that also, but maybe investing in finding out what your people's love languages are could be really helpful. All right, well, happy Valentine's Day early to all of you. I know this episode's coming out before the 14th, but just remember that February is not the only month that you need to be giving love to everyone around you. Valentine's Day is not the only day you really need to be focusing on how to best love your people. That is an all year round thing. That is an all the time thing. Don't let this holiday of Valentine's Day be your only time that you're really focusing on loving on people. Just keep that in mind.
Hey Houston, I want to hear from you. Would you like to be a guest on the Cold Coffee Club? Send me a message at thecoldcoffeeclubhm@gmail.com. That's thecoldcoffeeclubhm, like Houston Moms, @gmail.com. Can't wait to hear from you.
Our Houston Moms House Blend this week is perfect for listeners who know people whose love language is receiving gifts. It's called Valentine's Day Gifts for Everyone You Love by Bethany Dufio. She is sharing all kinds of gift ideas so that you can love on those people whose love language is receiving gifts and making them, truly memorable gifts. Please check this post out. Find those perfect gifts for the people you love. Wrapping up with a see you later caffeinator today, I found a fun fact on good housekeeping. It is that St. Valentine wasn't just one person. I had no idea. But it reads, you may already know that Valentine's Day was named after its patron saint, St. Valentine, but there's actually some confusion surrounding which St. Valentine the holiday technically honors. According to history.com, there are at least 2 men named Valentine that could have inspired the holiday, including one Valentine who was a priest in 3rd century Rome. As the story goes, this Valentine defied Emperor Claudius II's ban on marriage because he thought it was distracting young soldiers. This Valentine illegally married couples in the spirit of love until he was caught and sentenced to death. Another legend suggests that Valentine was killed for attempting to help Christians escape prison in Rome, and that he actually sent his first Valentine message himself while imprisoned, writing a letter signed "From Your Valentine." Interesting. I had no idea. Fun fact. And I hope you all enjoy your Valentine's Day holiday. I hope those kiddos have a great time passing out those Valentines and sharing some love with everyone around them. Make sure to love on your people, hug on your people if that's their thing, spend some time with your people, do a couple acts of service if that's their thing. And of course, words of affirmation. Let people know how you feel about them. Let people know how you care for them. Embrace all those love languages. Thanks so much for joining the Cold Coffee Club, and we'll see you next week.
You've been listening to the Cold Coffee Club, brought to you by Houston Moms. We wish you a fabulous week with your families and look forward to sharing many more cups of cold coffee with you.